Last week on Duel's Whitetail Frenzy, pro staffers Derica Bradley and Elijah Bennett were able to close the deal and get 222 combined points for Team Aaron. As we enter the 11th week of competition, Team Aaron is back in the game, but still trails Team Kenny by a score of 833 to 1,187. There is no shortage of brotherly love between Aaron and Kenny Davis. The Davis brothers were born and raised in the Appalachian Mountains of southern West Virginia and have fiercely competed with one another in every aspect of life. Season 4 of Whitetail Frenzy takes a drastic turn as each brother has hand-selected their own team of bow hunters. Team Kenny and Team Aaron will take you on a journey of highs and lows while competing for a grand prize of $20,000.
Welcome to Whitetail Frenzy, week 11 of the competition between big brother Aaron Davis and little brother Kenny Davis. Team Aaron versus Team Kenny. I got a big lead heading into this week, but we're headed to Saskatchewan, Canada to hunt with Lost Horse Creek Outfitters. I killed a big 156-inch 8-point there last year with a bow. I'm headed up there with my elite bow. You're taking a gun, but we got a special circumstance this week.
This is our first head-to-head match. Going on an outfitted hunt, traveling anywhere. We're often separated. It's such a competitive competition between us that we very rarely get together and hunt.
Yeah, we don't share trail camera pictures till the end of the season.
So, this week it's very special to us. But
200 bonus points on the line. Since it's head-to-head, the winner, whoever brings the most points home from Saskatchewan, is going to receive 200 bonus points. Now, I got a big lead, but I know if I don't go to Saskatchewan and cash in, the big brother, if he gets 200 bonus points, it puts him right back in the ball game, and then we're headed down to the wire, the closing minutes of the fourth quarter, and we have no idea who's going to win. So let's head to Saskatchewan with Lost Horse Creek Outfitters and see what happens. See if big brother, Team Aaron, can get back in this ball game.
There you are. Yeah.
Well, we're on our way to North Battleford. We're in Saskatchewan.
What are we going to do, Glenn?
We're going to do some deer hunting.
deer hunting? No,
We get to go deer hunting.
Glenn?
We're going to shoot some BBD.
Who's the best, Glenn?
Miami.
Who's the best TV show out there, Glenn?
Whitetail Frenzy.
Are we one team, Glenn?
Yes, and I'm on your team.
that one over there has opened the door if we even get stopped.
I'm excited. We are here, Saskatchewan, Canada, Lost Horse Creek Outfitters. Man, he's a big baby, Gage. You gotta cater to him. It's like, he's not like me and Travis. You gotta cater to him.
We need snow slippers in the snow.
Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Duel Game Calls. Get real. Get Duel. Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow. Covert Scouting Cameras. Size does matter. Slick Trick Broadheads, the original all-steel broadhead. Warner Law Offices. Call 304-345-6789. Slash Arrows with integrated inset blades. Wild and wonderful West Virginia. The Cirrus Wind Indicator. This segment of Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Go Wild Camo, lethal addiction mineral and attractant. Camex crossbows, built like no other.
We're going to make sure this bow is tuned in. I'm back up here at about 40 yards. Playing a couple arrows out here and make sure we're going to be good to go for tomorrow.
I had it in the side pouch on this little battery, and it's not there now.
No.
And it wasn't at the hotel, buddy?
No, it was. I remember seeing it at the hotel and putting it in my bag.
What I'm saying is when you call the hotel, once you call the hotel when Tommy
But
lands.
hold on. You know, let me check my stuff.
Boom, baby!
You found it?
Oh, I put it in that pouch. Oh. I never put nothing in that pouch.
I always want the drama, dude.
No, I'm pumped now. Don't you understand? I start sweating.
Up over a battery. Wait till he shoots a deer.
I was sweating. You gonna be rolling on this stuff? Dude, man, I was stressing. Don't do me like that. I just keep replaying it over my mind, over and over. Yeah, that buck, when he walks out, I mean, he looks big and tall. I put the binoculars up on him. He said, that's a shooter. Usually that's my motto. I don't, once I look, if it's a shooter, I'm gonna shoot. If I have to think about it any at all, I don't. But there was no thinking on this deer. But looking back on the footage, I never really looked at him as he was going away, or you just know he's not real wide. But when he was standing there, he kept looking. I never once doubted myself. We'll see. Gage, he just texted me. He's a little ways out, and it's a long wait right now, waiting on him. Oh man, gosh. I just want to thank you all again. I mean, this is an amazing place here. I mean, it's truly, truly amazing. These animals here, if you've never been to Saskatchewan, I mean, it's a truly majestic place. To see what these animals go through day in and day out just to survive, just to make it to a year-old, much less make it to monarch status as this big old boy is. So, I mean, it's truly amazing. I highly recommend anybody who wants to come to Saskatchewan, give Gage a call. I mean, these guys are the real deal. They get it done, and they put you on some fantastic deer. I mean, where in the world are you going to go to get 7-inch bases, maybe bigger? I mean, I can't get my hands around this thing. Character, oh my goodness, it's amazing. Well, only thing I wish now is I wish Kenny had service, because I would absolutely send him a picture of this big old bad boy, and he's gonna start biting his nails, worrying about it. He's gonna get nervous, but I say that, Gage, and he's probably got one down already. He's probably saying the same thing about me. So, well, let's get this thing loaded up, get it back to the house, and we got a photo session to go to. Day 2, windy conditions and all, Big Brother gets it done.
The pressure is back on. For us, going from West Virginia to Saskatchewan, it was cold, but it was super windy the first couple of days. Temperatures were warmer than normal for up there, not a lot of deer movement. I'm sitting in a blind with a bow, and this guy's got a rifle. He can reach out and touch them and just, I got to give credit where credit is due. That was a really cool, gnarly buck, just huge bases, chocolate rack, giant body. That's what you go to Saskatchewan for.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very unique. And you can see in the footage, after the shot, I was a little concerned. But your mind, it'll play tricks on you out there.
Yeah.
I was stressed out. Little brother here's whipping my tail, and I know it. This big buck shows up, and I know I gotta make it happen.
144 points gross score.
144 gnarly
gross
points.
score. 10 bonus points for solo cam film. Minus 20 for a gun, but that's still
all right. That's okay.
That's still giving you quite a few points there. And knowing that if I don't knock down a buck bigger than that, he gets 200 bonus points. So I'm anxious. I got to get back in the stand. I got to get on a big buck so that I can go home in the winter and collect those 200 bonus points. Because if I do, it's just smooth sailing. There's no way he's coming back.
Bro, you were
after
so
that.
stressed out on this hunt, right? You were going to bed 20 minutes after we got back, you were eating and you were going to bed. He couldn't stay and talk with us after I killed
Look,
one.
hey.
He had no desire to actually mingle.
He's talking, but the fat lady's not singing yet. Let's get back in the stand, see if I can put a big boy on the ground.
This segment of Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Custom Bow Equipment, competition-inspired hunting sites. Peanut Addiction. The addiction is real. Glenn Delgazo from Team Kenny is set up in a ground blind trying to film his own hunt for the first time. After seeing a lot of activity the first couple of days, Glenn is itching to pull the trigger and fill his Saskatchewan buck tag.
Nice buck, really happy. Thank you, Gage. Galen holding the camera. Can't wait to get up there and see what we got. Oh, nice buck. I couldn't be happier. Thank you, Lost Horse Creek. Thank you, Galen. It was a pleasure hunting with you guys. Go up and above. Nice bucks down. This isn't the greatest one you put down this year, but it certainly is a great mature buck, and I'm really happy with it. Thank you.
So what we didn't inform you all of is that Glenn Delgazo, one of the guys that helps us do some marketing, he's out of New Jersey. He headed the Lost Horse Creek Outfitters with us, and guess what?
Yeah, here's the
Team
thing.
Kenny, I knew it when I drafted.
Yeah, he did. I didn't know.
I knew he was going up. Glenn headed up. Day 3 of the hunt. Aaron is winning. Now Glenn's points doesn't count toward the head-to-head competition. But hey, Glenn sent us a text. He shot a buck. He's pumped. More points for Team Kenny.
After being sick for a couple of days and unable to hunt, Kenny is back at it and set up in an Alps ground blind deep in the Saskatchewan forest.
Smoke, baby. Well, we looked back at the footage, and the deer was quartering to just a little bit, so I aimed just a a little bit on the shoulder, but at 40 yards, him being alert, I should have aimed lower on the deer. And we put a mark where I was aiming, and he dropped. And the arrow, I mean, I didn't miss my mark by more than an inch or two, but the deer on the shot, he definitely dropped and caused me to get a little bit high. But it's not too high. The only thing we're worried about is the penetration. We hit a real hard part of the shoulder, and I'm worried that we didn't get enough penetration to get into the line. Hi, I'm Kenny Davis with Whitetail Frenzy, and I want to tell you why I love the stretchback grunt call from Dual Game Calls. First, it has a freeze-free design, meaning that in that critical moment, this call is going to perform no matter how cold the temperature. And the stretchback tube, it allows you to change the tone without residual sound. And most important, it's hands down the most realistic sounding grunt call I've ever used. And like all dual game calls, it has dual chamber technology. Don't waste your breath this fall. Get real with dual game calls.
Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Custard Stand, the world's finest ready-to-eat hot dog chili. Closed grip bow handle. Decap turkey broadhead. Scott Releases, the #1 name in the release game. Lynch Mob Game Calls. Call your game. McCulley Taxidermy. And by Appalachian Realty Group.
Well, that was unexpected. No, you know what? So many times as a bow hunter, you hear these stories of guys that they shoot deer, they think the shot's perfect, or they don't know what happened. Initially, when I shot this buck, he was quartered to a little bit. I put the pin right there on the back part of his shoulder, and I'm thinking I'm on dead center of the back part of this deer's shoulder, and it's game over. I made the shot, Travis and I celebrated, but then when we watched the footage and slowed down, you can see that deer. I mean, when that bow goes off, he dropped like a rock. He was at 41 yards, and I should have aimed lower. The deer was kind of alert. I should have known when I pulled back and shot. I should have aimed at the bottom of that deer.
You know what they call it, don't you?
What?
It's called a rookie mistake.
I will say that shot was on me. I think my arrow hit where I was aiming, or in the area, but I should have known. I've hunted long enough. I should have put the pin on the bottom of that deer, because I know at that distance, I don't care how fast your bow is shooting, the speed of sound's around 1,100 feet per second. The sound's gonna get there before the arrow, that deer's gonna drop. I just didn't aim low enough, and I made a bad shot. The arrow didn't hit any vitals, and this big boy got away.
That's all right. That's all right. Big brother's gonna go home with the lead. I know you got one more day. But guess what? I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I seen what your jitters, what happens to you.
That's what I get for making fun of Elijah last week, missing a deer. That's negative 10 points for me. I just lost 10 points. I'm still in the lead. I got another day. Let's see if I can put a big Canada buck on the ground. I'm back in the blind here in Saskatchewan with Lost Horse Creek Outfitters. Same blind I shot that gnarly buck in yesterday. God, you gotta be freaking kidding me. God, the deer dropped a lot of my area at that blind. God, hit everything. You gotta be kidding me.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. And the worst part about that is you have a wounded animal. Now, it was cold, so I don't worry too much about infection.
Well,
both of those deer 2 days in a row, those deer are going to be there next year.
Yeah, they are.
Those deer are going to be there next year. Those shots aren't going to kill those deer. I feel bad because they're wounded, but at the same time, we practice so much and we try to do everything we can, and just made a bad shot.
It happens, but guess what? You see that? I'm peeking. I'm peeking up out of the hole. I'm peeking. Here I come.
Now, we're getting late in the fourth quarter.
We are.
And
We are.
Team Aaron just got 200 bonus points to bring back to West Virginia. And
That's a head-to-head competition that I just kicked your tail in.
he did. He won the head-to-head competition, and I made mistakes, and I let him right back in the ball game. So what I thought was going to be a blowout turned out to be a ball game. So you just never know what's going to happen. You're one buck away from taking the lead. As we go into the final couple weeks, make sure you all tune in and check this show out.
Does anybody hear him? He's scared. The boy's scared. Listen to him. His voice is cracking. He can't even talk.
Yeah.
He's scared. Make sure you come back next week to see Team AD actually get up out of this hole and take the lead.
Well, you got to think $20,000 on the line. Every person on his team and every person on my team are going to be in the stand trying to close out the final few weeks of the whitetail season, because we all know that the competition is close. Right now it's anybody's ball game. But until next week, make sure you search Whitetail Frenzy on Facebook. Give us a like, and then go to our online store at whitetailfrenzy.tv. Check out the latest Whitetail Frenzy apparel in our online store. Make sure you get the Whitetail Frenzy apparel. Rock it, support us. And until next week, same time, same place, we're going to bring you some more big buck action right here on Whitetail Frenzy.
Heading into next week, your score is now Team Aaron 1,167 and Team Kenny 1,270. If you are interested in an all-inclusive trophy whitetail or black bear hunt with Lost Horse Creek Outfitters, check them out on the web at losthorsecreekoutfitters.com or call 304-561-7449. Closed captioning provided by LeeCast.com, the official voiceover of Whitetail Frenzy.